of the western sky comes
Runway DFW.
The following program comes to you in color.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW in color. Now, here is your host, Walt Zwerko.
Broadcasting live from DFW Airport State Prison, it's Runway DFW. But I kid I kid DFW Airport. They put up this new fence around Founders Plaza, and it's, I don't know, it's kind of off-putting, but we'll do the best we can with what we've got. We've got ourselves right up against the fence so we can peek over it for you. Here this afternoon, we've got lots of stuff for you, so thanks for joining us on Runway DFW for this Saturday, November 4th, 2023. All right, we're having fun. Well, hello, everybody. Hello to Patrick Lloyd, a channel member. Good to see you. Holger Wright says, at 5:16 p.m., I'll be heading back to Germany on American Flight 70. Maybe Walt can catch the start so I can review it from home then. We'll see what we can do. We should be here till around that time. That's about the time we'll be packing up, but, we'll see what happens. Our friend and channel member, Skittles, says hello, everyone. Hello, Walt. Hello to you, Skittles, up there in the great Northwest. Hope it's the rain has abated. Anita Hedinger says hello, all. Epic Toast Man, a fellow broadcaster here from DFW Airport. Check out his channel, Epic Toast Man channel. Hey, Walt, just got back from a hike. Glad to see you, ETM. Blue Stem, Illinois Prairie. Good day, everyone from sunny Northeast Illinois. Becky Davies, channel member. Good evening, Walt. And let's see, who else is here? East Texas Aviation says hey, and we say hey back. Jacques Neal says bonsoir de Annecy, France. So bonjour to you, or bonsoir to you. Jet Fuel says hi all. Channel member or a channel moderator, Ms. Wolves 13 says Runway DFW, hello Walt, happy Sunday. Good to see you here, Ms. Wolves 13, as always. Michael Valandre says hi Walt. Carla Longerbeam says hello Walt, fantastic mods, and everyone from DFW. Channel member Ron Sees America says hi Walt, hi everyone. Mick Larkin, hello Walt, mods, and everyone. Mick is a channel member as well. Let's see, Phil G says State Prison is right. Oh my gosh, it looks so menacing. Well, what are you gonna do? Kevin Kelly, channel member, says, hi Walt, how is your day? It's sunny, it's bright, it's pleasant, 70 degrees as you can see in the Fahrenheit scale. Nothing to complain about there. Gary Locke says hi from the UK. Hello, Gary, where it's early evening. Let's see, who else do we have here? So many people joining us this afternoon. Allie French with her greeting of Walt, dearest Walt. There you are. Great to see and hear you again this cold Edinburgh evening. Well, we'll try to keep you warm here. Michelle R.S., one of our initial supporters, a Quadjet channel member, and a moderator says hello. Howdy, everyone. Hi there, Michelle. Channel member Mark Perry. Howdy, Sergeant Walt. Thinking of Dragnet on the opening. LOL. Hey, what do we got here? Got a plane. It's Korean Air Cargo. That's a 777 coming in from Anchorage. So busy saying hello to everyone that almost missed that one. I hate to leave anybody out, though. Flight 277, as I said, a 777. It's a 7-year-old plane. And that was almost a 6-hour flight from the wilds of... Hey, Angela.
You've been sitting on the job, you'll miss stuff.
What? Yeah, I know. You should tap me on the back or something. That was Angela Smith, a channel member. She was letting me know that what I almost missed. So you're here to see planes, right? So looks like American Flight 51 came in from London Heathrow, but it came in on 13 right, which is a diagonal runway. I think we can pick it up down here. There it is. That just came in from London Heathrow. That's another 777. 777-300 model. So there, got a pair of triples there for you. Coming around the bend is Alaska Airlines. Flight numero 566. It's off to Seattle. 737-900. Kind of a hazy afternoon here. Loosen up my tripod a little bit here. That was a flight 928 arriving from Albuquerque, 737-800. Let's see if we can finish up with this Alaska Airlines flight. Ooh, it's a little bit... We got some ground haze going on. So our long distance shots are going to be a little mirage-like this afternoon. And I believe you're seeing there Flight 1088, American Airlines going to Colorado Springs. 737-800. Making the turn. I am very glad that you have elected to spend a part of your afternoon or evening or morning with us here at Runway DFW. We have a twin spin for you this weekend. Tomorrow morning, we will be on the air at 7 a.m. from this very same place to bring you morning action. leading up to. It's become kind of our tradition when we can to bring you an early Sunday morning broadcast ahead of the big one from Kevin and Rudy out at Los Angeles International Airport on Airline Videos Live. So we'll be with you from 7 till 10 a.m. tomorrow. So circle your YouTube calendars for that if you're up that early or at that time of the day in whatever time zone you are. And speaking of time zones, here in the USA, most of the USA will switch over to standard time overnight. So we'll be falling back 1 hour, which is good for us in the morning because it means the sun will rise just before we go on the air instead of it being dark for most of our first hour. Now, it also means anything late in the afternoon is going to get really dark really quickly, but it's only temporary. Until the middle of December, the days will get shorter, just as they do here in the Northern Hemisphere. And then everything will start going in the other direction. Let us see. You're about to see American Eagle, flight 5009. It's going to Wichita Falls, Texas. It's a very short jaunt betwixt here and Wichita Falls, maybe probably just about a half hour, maybe a little less than a half hour in the air. And you're about to see it bisect your viewfinder there, I think. Oh no, I missed it. All right. There it is. It's a CRJ 701ER. And there it goes. Let's take a look at, again, our setup here. And the fence it's a weird fence because, it's designed to keep people on this side of it. But if we go around here to show you, it goes around and around, but it doesn't connect up to anything. It just ends. So as you can see there's a gentleman on the other side of the fence. There's no signs that I can see that tell you don't go on the other side of the fence. I guess it's just kind of visually implied that you are not to do that. So I don't know what to make about that. It's American Flight 2904 coming in from the city adjacent to the bay, San Francisco, on an Airbus A321. Did you see Kevin's broadcast yesterday from SFO? That was really, really nice on Airline Videos Live. He made the trek up the coast, and it was some beautiful sights to see there. Here is American Flight 777. But it's an Airbus A321. It's going to Las Vegas. Las Vegas. So, you know, 777, Las Vegas, slot machines. Get it? Flight coming in from Corpus Christi on American Eagle. Flight going out is American 1288. It's an Airbus A321. Our pals at Flight Radar 24 are not informing me as to its planned destination. Is that a helicopter? Does appear to be one. See if we can tell you anything about that. It's an Army helicopter. It's going right up the center of the runways. It's a Chinook. Hey, Angela, you see the big Chinook helicopter over there? Going right up the center of the, you know, between the two sides of the airport. That's a big military transport helicopter. Definitely not something we see here very often. And again, it's taking a route smack dab between the two sides of the airport. And it's not something, I'm sure it's gotten some special dispensation to do that. So we don't specialize in military aircraft here at Runway DFW, but there you have one. Off to wherever it's going. Traveling about 150 miles an hour. Looking at its route, looks like it took off from somewhere in Grand Prairie, Texas. From a U.S. Army National Guard, well, I think a National Guard center. Okay. Well, I've been ignoring all of you out there. I have not intentionally. Stephanie says, I have Chinooks flying over my ranch fairly frequently. Dale Helton says the Chinook came from the old Hensley Field. See those in Grand Prairie all the time. Grand Prairie being a suburb of Dallas. I'd like to thank Bill Platt, who's not only a member of the Runway DFW Moderation Federation, but also a member of the channel. Celebrating 4 months of membership, the Chinook is coming to lift that awful fence out. Yeah. No, I don't know about that. Let's see, what are we about to miss here? Well, you'll see in the distance a 737 coming in from 737 coming in from Tucson. There it is on your screen. Allie French says those Chinooks make a ton of noise. Yes, they do. And a Jane Welshie lady referring to it as a waka waka. Well, I don't think we were close enough to be able to get a good reading on the sound there, but yeah, they make a lot of noise if you're close by. Johnny Dodge, channel member, said they've been doing maneuvers out here by Joe Pool Lake this morning. Joe Pool Lake to the southeast of where we are. 757 Chip, a channel member in the quad jet category, says hello, Walt Mods and my fellow followers of Runway DFW. Hello, Chip. Mary Extraordinaire expressing her view, I dislike that fence. Linda Kavinsky, as channel member, says don't forget to turn your clock back 1 hour tonight here in the U.S., unless you live in places like Arizona or I think Hawaii. Those are places that where it does not apply. Joseph Swartz says putting up that fence was a hideous idea. I don't think you'll get too many arguments from those here. And a few trains at noting that they put up a channel member says so they put up a fence which you can go around. That is hilarious. Kay Christensen says Walt is an almost septuagenarian. I have a bad memory. What was that tune you were never going to play again? Just for my edification. Well, as you know, anybody who's been watching our channel knows that executive producer Mrs. Runway DFW has banned a tune from our channel. It's something that she doesn't like. It's boring. She just doesn't like it, and so I've agreed to not play it again because, you know, I don't want to get in trouble at home. But because you have asked, I have to just let you know what it sounds like so you'll know when you hear it that you shouldn't be listening to it. So it sounds like this. That is the song right there that we are not to play. So don't listen to them. Cover your ears if you hear that by accident, because sometimes I push the wrong button. And thank you, Kate Christensen. We have flight 13, no, that's not it. Flight 9 going to Albuquerque is what you see there on the left of your screen. It's a 737 800 series. Behind it is Frontier Flight 2737, which again we don't have any clue as to where it's going. I hear there's another Chinook. Look at that. I can hear the thumps now. That design has been around for a long time. I don't know how old that helicopter is particularly, but I remember having a toy of that, of a helicopter just like that when I was a child. I don't know if that particular model's been around that long, but what we got here, we got a Delta aircraft coming in. That Airbus A320 arrived from Los Angeles, sorry. Los Angeles. Correction, Los Angeles. And that's our first plane to salute of the afternoon. Let me find our button here.
1998.
20th century plane. We like to give those a musical shout out whenever they come into view. 25 years old this month. There's the Frontier plane. And again, we don't know where this one's going. It's got Rosie the River Otter on the tail. Let's see if we can get you a little better shot of Rosie before departure. We're still a little backlit here. The sun is still kind of moving around in the sky. Linda Kavinsky says, wow, what an interesting fence situation. We have another Frontier flight, which is about to arrive from San Diego, California. We've got Frontier coming and going right now. That one was an A321neo with Carrie the Fisher livery. I don't know how well you could see that. I couldn't really make it out. I don't think I've seen that one before. Carrie the Fisher. That's a new plane this year, delivered in March. Got a Black Hawk helicopter coming our way. That, according to Terry Moffat, and I see it on the radar, so let's see if we can find it and bring it to you as a part of our military coverage here at DFW Airport on this Saturday afternoon. I'm sure this must happen occasionally, but I've never seen a parade of military aircraft bisect the airport while I've been here. So there it goes. Well, arriving now from Lake Charles, Louisiana, is American Eagle flight number 4966, a CRJ 701 ER. Take a look at what may be on its way here this afternoon. At about 3:30, about 2 hours from now, we should see the Qatar One World livery painted on an A350 1000. That's always a sight to see, coming in from Doha. Let's see what else here. About a half hour from now, we've got a Air Canada cargo plane coming in from the Great White North, 767-300. And of course, the highlight of the afternoon is always the arrival of the Airbus A380 from London. And that's usually around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have Lufthansa flight 438 coming in from Frankfurt just before 3 o'clock. And also around that time is American Airlines flight flight 175 arriving from Haneda Airport in Tokyo. Then just after 3, an American Dreamliner coming in from Frankfurt, flight 71. Qantas flight number 7 from Sydney is scheduled to arrive at 3:12 p.m. And right after that, Finnair flight 19 from Helsinki. That'll be an A350-900. So lots of activity here today. We've got a 747 Cargo Lux scheduled to come in at about 4:30. And where is the British Airways A380? Where is that thing? I'm not seeing it. Is it flying today? Are we going to miss out on that? We'll have to check. PA Flyer 65 has become our newest member of Runway DFW. Thank you, PA Flyer 95. Speaking of members, I should pop on here our membership crawl. This is how we like to salute the people who are members of our channel. And of course that list is led by James Webb, who is the official sponsor of Runway DFW. Thank you, James. And then you will see the quad jet, the tri-jet, and the twin jet members of the channel. So thank you to all of you. TGW International says the A380 is over Quebec in Canada. Okay. Well, it's on its way. We hope to bring that to you later today. Mr. P also gives us that information. John Michael says, hey, Walt, could you play that jingle one more time so I'll know to cover my ears when I hear it? Well, yes, although, you know, I don't want to overdo it, but, you know, since you asked, I should be sure to let you know what it sounds like. So this is, get ready to cover your ears, because if you hear this, that is not something you should be hearing. It's not legitimate. It's not a good song. Kind of lulls you into a trance, a hypnotic trance, and we just can't have that here at Runway DFW. So now you know. Oh, what a game! A few trains at channel member says, unshocker as the BA A380 is late once again. Well, at least it's coming. It would be bad if it's not coming at all. Mr. P alerts us to the fact that American Airlines Flight 37 from Madrid is being diverted to St. John's in Newfoundland. So that's interesting. I hope everything's okay aboard that flight. Get back to the action here. This arrival is from Des Moines, Iowa. Airbus A320, American Flight 1536. And you know what? We should salute this plane as well.
$1997.
Yes, that was a 20th century plane. Again, it's an Airbus A320-200 series, and it will be celebrating 26 years since it was delivered in December. Another American Eagle plane is on the horizon, coming in from Manhattan, Kansas. It will be an Embraer 170. We see mostly 175s here, but see the occasional 170 model. Here we are. Don't fence me in, but we're fenced in. You might ask, what about UPS today, Walt? Well, UPS is usually pretty idle on Saturday afternoons. We see a lot of action in the evenings, but there you see two MD-11s lined up in a perpendicular fashion. One of them's got the cargo door open. Maybe it's just to air it out. Who knows? Maybe it'll be going out. I don't know. I didn't see it on the schedule. But we do like to see those MDs flying around. As alas, we will not be seeing them for too very much longer as they get retired. There's American Flight 2976 is going to San Antonio, Texas. Well, thank you. Kind gentleman just picked up my folding chair, which is very lightweight, and it gets easily either knocked over by me or blown over in the wind. So there goes the flight to San Antonio. We're going to pick up the Spirit Airlines Flight 344 coming in from Cancun, Mexico. It's an Airbus A321. Serena Smith says, hello, Walt. Beautiful day today in DFW. Do you have a favorite plane to spot? Well, you can never go wrong with a 747 in my humble opinion, so I always like to see those. And we should be getting at least one later this afternoon, according to Jet Tip. And I'm dying to see an A340 again. Lufthansa stopped flying those here a few months ago. So yeah, anything with 4 engines I'm in favor of, even though they're kind of on their way out as far as airlines go, because, well, they're just not as efficient. Here comes American Flight 2720, arriving from Tucson, Arizona, an Airbus A321. If you are new to our channel, I welcome you. We come to you a couple times a week from 2 or 3 times a week, usually from DFW International Airport, which is one of the busiest airports in the world. A plane going almost straight up over there. What is that? It's leveling out. Took off from the east side. Looks like a regional jet. Thought it might be a FedEx MD-11 there for a second. That was a CRJ 900 LR going to Philadelphia, American Eagle flight. There's another Spirit aircraft, Flight 470. It's going to Los Angeles on an Airbus A320. You saw speeding in front of you a fire truck with lights but no siren. Frontier Flight 2704 from Phoenix, Arizona. In our condolences to the Arizona Diamondbacks for their World Series loss to the Texas Rangers, who had a big celebration here in North Texas yesterday. Luna and Willie the Wolves were on the tail of that plane. And Sarah Deal checks in. And where am I seeing that? Avianca. So Avianca flight's going back to San Salvador. It is an Airbus A320. Let me pick it up on our camera one here. And things are quiet here once again. Got American Flight 1957 arriving from San Antonio, Texas. Next in view. So here's Sarah, the real deal, a channel member saying hello from Boston, aka Baston. Good to have you here. Sarah visited us in person a couple of weeks ago. So always good to have her on board. Cody McCatherine says, hi Walt, how are you doing today? I am doing quite well. A very pleasant day here for plane spotting. Mabuba Kaderi says, hi there friends, good time everyone in the chat from Iran. So we're going around the world today. Super 80s Swiss Air checks in, says good morning all. And Sarah back with a second message says, hello, Walt. I won't forget the south side of DFW. We were so close to the runway. Carla Longerbeam says, I wonder if Mrs. Runway DFW is buying a very small doghouse for Walt to sleep in because he keeps playing that song. Well, I'm only playing it as, as a point of reference. So I'm not concerned about that. I think I'll be okay. Plus, there's always a barn. There's no need for a doghouse. I can always be dispatched to the barn. Christopher Cotton, a channel member, says, good morning from Pasadena, California. Hello to you. Serena Smith says, hello, Walt. Beautiful day in DFW. Do you have a favorite plane to spot? Did I answer that question before? I think I did. It's kind of a toss-up between the A340 and the 747. Michelle RS says, look at that fence. Boo! I'm going through our messaging here. Rigoberto Juarez says hello from the City of Angels, Los Angeles. Sarah Deal just upgraded her membership. So thank you, Sarah. That's very kind of you. I'd seen that message on the screen flash up earlier, and I was trying to look for the message. Christopher is just with another friendly reminder to the Runway DFW family that the daylight savings time ends tonight at 2 a.m. local time. So really early Sunday morning at 2 a.m. So be sure to move your clocks back 1 hour to standard time. And yeah, if you don't do that, then you'll miss some of our show tomorrow morning, which starts at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a 1 hour less sleep to before I can bring that to you. Davis, the Defender, says, according to Flight Radar, a lot of planes ... are coming your way. Well, this is one of the world's busiest airports, so even though we've got a little kind of momentary lull right now, yeah, we'll be having a lot more planes this afternoon. So in the meantime, we'll chat amongst ourselves. Judy Butterfield with a $1 super sticker. A smiling face with sunglasses. Thank you, Judy. Channel member and one of our great mods, Gerard, over there in the Netherlands, says a big hello, and as always, very nice to see you all here again. So we've got lots of people saying hello to each other in the chat. Daryl Ann Monroe, checking in from South Africa. A channel member says, hi Walt, how you doing? It's 8:47 p.m. there in South Africa. So I hope this is bringing a little sunshine to your evening there on a spring evening in the Southern Hemisphere. Davis, excuse me, Davis the Defender greeting us from Fort Worth. O'Malley, a valued channel member, says, good afternoon, DFW and everyone. Hello, O'Malley. James Smith talking about that song that we're not allowed to play says, Walt, that song has a very chill vibe. Don't stop playing it. Well, unfortunately, I have to stop playing it. I'm under orders from Mrs. Runway DFW, so you know how it is. I don't want to get in trouble. But if you're just tuning in, this is the song he's referring to. And so again, we don't want to get in any trouble here. That's the song that we're not to play. So if I hit that button by mistake sometime, just make sure you cover your ears And don't tell Mrs. Runway DFW. Train Master 9000 says, "Hi guys, how are you? We are good. We're just waiting for stuff to happen." Well, there's something happening there. There's a plane. All right. That's American Flight 2177. It's going to San Francisco, the city adjacent to the bay. It's an Airbus A321. And we are privileged here on Runway DFW to bring you coverage of its takeoff from this here airport. We've got 3 cameras to bring you all the action today. Well, we haven't had much action in the last few minutes, I have to say. I was going to say earlier, I don't think I wound up saying it, that we have, you know, if you're not familiar with DFW Airport here in North Texas, again, it's one of the busiest airports in the world, but it's the home base of American Airlines. So we see our fair share of American Airlines planes, about 84% of all the flights. Or I can't remember if it's all the flights or all the seats. There are different ways to calculate how dominant an airline is at an airport, but pretty much 8 out of 10 planes you see here are going to be either American Airlines or American Eagle. That's just the way it is, but we get the exceptions as this United plane comes into view. It's an Airbus A319 going to Denver. A little baby bus. This aircraft dates back to the year 2001. So no jingle for you. As this gets ready to take off, American Flight 1980 is just about to arrive from Los Angeles. Los Angeles is currently the airport with which DFW has the most flights. 133 flights betwixt here and LAX over the next 7 days. And that's usually the way it is. Sometimes I'll look at the readout here from Flight Radar 24, and it'll be JFK or it'll be Chicago sometimes, but usually it's LAX. So once again, the plane going out was off to Denver. The plane coming in was from Los Angeles. There is American Flight 2929. It's an Airbus A319. It's going to Midland in Texas. Coming in from McAllen, Texas, down there in the southern part of the state, another Airbus A319. An hour and 10-minute flight from McAllen, and flight number 1351 on your bingo card. Oh, yeah, thank you. We got another Chinook. Somebody just pointed out to me. That'll be the third we've seen. This one kind of got away from me a little bit. It's already north of the airport. Flying at 1,000 feet. So yeah, a fellow plane spotter tapped me on the back and said, "Look, Chinook." Some kind of a hawk here, looking for dinner or lunch. So all sorts of flying objects for your perusal here on Runway DFW. Well, all right, it's just after the top of the hour here. So here we go. Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, Founders Plaza Penitentiary. You are watching Runway DFW in color. We are all fenced in here to guard us against rolling down the hill. And we'll be here with you for the next few hours, bringing you all the action from behind the fence. Here on this, what is it? Saturday, November 4th, 2023. Thank you for joining us. Don't go over the fence. Right. Well, let's see if we got anything coming up here. Okay, we've got American Flight 2029 arriving from Santa Ana, California. It'll be a 737-800. And that'll be our next arrival. So let me get up from my easy chair here. Get a little long distance view of this plane. There it is. There you see American Flight 9748. It is headed to the gate. 777, which is has its next destination as Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the city of brotherly love. But first, it's got to head to the terminal to pick up some passengers. And since there's no planes coming in, there is no impediment to its activity. Well, we're back to another afternoon lull, but don't worry, it'll pick up here. Robert Brune says hello, Walt and chat. Yes, here I am. Once again, between two cones, as we were last Saturday, although we were in a different location last Saturday. We're right up against the fence, the new fence, the brand new fence here at Founders Plaza. George Hetherington says hello, Walt. Nice to see you back at DFW. Bevster, I'm seeing that who's a channel member, seeing that it was your birthday yesterday. Well, happy birthday to you. We should, for all the people who have a birthday this month, we ought to break out our birthday tune. So let's send it out to everybody with a birthday. Yes, everyone with a birthday. We're happy to have you aboard. If you're celebrating, our best wishes to you. So, Bevster, you're saying you like the song that you're not allowed to play? Well, I'm sending you this song for your birthday. Well, Tom A. or Tom A. I have a birthday. It's not today, but thank you. Well, everybody has a birthday, so, well, why not make that song for everybody? I have a birthday in January, but... Channel member Suze S7 says that fence is such a disappointment. Cracks in these North Texas soils are seasonal. It's fun to pour water in and see critters emerge. Toads, bugs, lizards, most I've seen. When we were here, I don't know if it was the last time we were in the Runway DFW Super Samu pickup truck. Towards the end of the broadcast, I did see some rodents scampering about. I'd never seen any rodents here before, although there are reports of people who go out in the field beyond us here and see some snakes in action, so something to think about. I've never walked out there before. Well, once when my grandson was here, we walked out there a little bit when he was probably 2 years old, maybe. He was just kind of toddling around. Didn't see any snakes then. He was picking up dandelions and blowing them. He thought that was great fun. Well, I see a plane which is on the way to take off. An American flight 1039 to Los Angeles, an Airbus A321. So we'll see that in short order. A few trains at. It says, seeming as we're celebrating birthdays, I don't feel guilty about the slice of cheesecake I had earlier. That's a coincidence. I got Mrs. Runway DFW a slice of cheesecake as a special treat. I left that for her because I wasn't going to see her. She was driving home from work as I was driving down to the airport, so I thought I'd leave her a little treat. There's that flight to Los Angeles. You would never know that this was one of the busiest airports in the world, would you? But don't worry, it'll perk up as we go along this afternoon. I have every confidence. Once again, an Airbus A321 headed to LAX. And it looks as though it's churning and a-burning. All right, not exactly non-stop action, but that's a launch from the east side of the airport. Looked like one of the larger planes. But no, it was just a 737-800. Oh no, that was flight 9748 to Philadelphia. That's that 777 we saw rolling around earlier. Some frontier activity here for you. Mike G has favored us with a 10-pound super chat. And Mike G says, afternoon, Walt mods and fellow plane spotters. Another great stream, Walt. Well, we're doing the best we can with what we've got to show you, which has not been a lot in the last few minutes, but hang in there with us. We'll have more for you. Is this true? Bevster just became a member? Well, thank you, Bevster. Channel member RB says, I hope everyone in this wonderful DFW family of ours has a great show. I wish the same for all of you. Channel member Mario Seipt says, hello, Dallas Airport, and all from Berlin. Good evening to you. Leonardo Muniz says, hello, y'all. My son's coming in from Cancun on...
Chinook again, down the middle.
Oh, another Chinook, huh? I'm sorry to interrupt that that messaging. Oh, look at that. Oh, man. Had them going both ways there for a second, and I couldn't keep up with it. Well, it's definitely Chinook Day here at Runway DFW. So it's fun to see. So where was I? Oh, Leonardo was saying son coming in on flight 1068 as a flight attendant on a 787-8 at 318. He's another fan. Well, we'll do the best we can to capture that for you. It's an A321neo arriving from Phoenix, Arizona, flight 569. Next to arrive from the northern skies is American Flight 2385. It has been traversing the breadth of Texas, coming to us from the way on the other end of the state in El Paso. El Paso in another time zone, in the mountain time zone. Danny Glodemans is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Danny. There's the view from behind the fence. Bringing up the rear here is American Flight 1670 from Albuquerque, 737-800. Which we shall endeavor to bring you a shot of. As another photographer sets up a shot. So as you can see, things are picking up a little bit here as far as activity goes. That is American Flight 2631. It's going to Los Cabos in Mexico. It's an Airbus A321. American 2631. That was American Eagle Flight 3389 pulling out in front of that plane. It's going to Fort Wayne, Indiana. So there you see this shot all shimmery in the heat waves of the afternoon here.
RNAV to Laren, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 2631. Tower, American 1601, 10 out, 18 break. One eight right, clear to land, American 1601. Departure 3889.
So this is the flight to Los Cabos, and guess what's coming in as this takes off? A flight from Los Cabos, flight 1576. So we'll pull out and see that momentarily as soon as we see this lift off. So off to Los Cabos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 seconds later, after that one lifts off, another one, the next flight arrives, filled with passengers from Baja, Mexico.
Departure American 2631.
So what about that? And the next plane coming in, I will have you know, is from Cancun, Mexico.
4 Whiskey Lima, clear crossing left American 15.
And I'm trying to find that in the sky right now. Let's see here. There it is. You can hear the wind. The planes are flying into the wind. It's about 13 miles an hour coming right out of the south. Another helicopter
Dallas Tower on board 3506.
bisecting the airport.
12 mile unofficial approach, 18 right.
So I'm going to swing around and pick you up a little bit of that.
One eight right, cleared to land, looking at, thanks, 3506.
I'm not having much luck with this, am I?
Okay, Golf 8, cross 18 left, parking.
There's another Black Hawk.
Okay, ground 85, good morning, American 1601. Copy, local 882, Bravo, cross 18 right, cross 18 left, 0.85. Tower, American 1304, visual, 18 right.
American Eagle Flight 3903 off to, I want to say, Tallahassee
We're ready to go with 3903.
on an Embraer 175 LR. Hey, I see lighting up on the radar Air Canada cargo flight 7226 going to Toronto. It'll be a 767-300 ER model. It's be coming out of the west cargo area, so we should be spotting it soon.
Thanks, Envoy 3506. Be advised, picked up the TA, no RA, but awfully close.
John M. channel member says, did World War III start already and no one told me? Well, I haven't heard anything about that, so hopefully it's just routine exercising, I hope. Plane Spotting 360 says, hi, we say hi back. John M. wants to know what's with all the military choppers. Well, I'm guessing they're engaged in some sort of an exercise. There are military bases in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. There's Joint Base Carswell over in Fort Worth, although it looks like these aircraft had been doing some maneuvering around Grand Prairie, Texas. I know there was a former, I think it was a naval air station in Grand Prairie. I think that's been decommissioned. I'm not an expert in military aircraft. Let's take a look at that Air Canada plane, shall we? Once again, this is 767 on its way back to Toronto. A 22-year-old aircraft dating back to the turn of the century. Got some king-size winglets on that one.
Yankee, hold short of 18 left, Air Canada 7226.
So it looks like this plane has the clearance to cross runway 18 right. It'll pause while the plane takes off from 18 left. American Eagle Flight 3843 going to Manhattan, Kansas. And this appears to be destined for the east side for takeoff.
good morning, sir. Good afternoon.
The other side's different.
Over departure, runway 3843, take care.
Flight coming in, American Eagle flight coming in from Chihuahua in Mexico. There it is.
Tower, American 2872, or visual 18 right.
Maintenance 281 topic, 2.5 miles, call 218 right as we go into the rain. Hangar with me tonight.
281, 20 right, to the hangar.
American 2872, DC Tower, good afternoon, 1609, runway 18 right, good on.
Clear to land, 18 right, American 2872.
Korean Air Cargo Flight 277 is bound for Guadalajara, Mexico. It is just now checked in on the radar.
4289, taxi going baseball, 318 west, is it east or west?
That's 777, if I didn't mention it. As the Air Canada cargo plane goes across the bridge, we should be seeing Delta Flight 1202. There it is. That's an Airbus A319. It's going to Salt Lake City. And coming in from Denver, it's Flight 2579, American Airlines. Steve Lundaby with a very generous contribution of 10 Tri-Jet memberships. Steve, thank you very much for that. I imagine you'll be seeing some new names here, or maybe some familiar names like Andrea Molson. Taking advantage of Steve's very kind generosity. Ambient 747, another new member. Texas Airways. I haven't seen that name in our chat before, so glad to have you on board, Texas Airways. John Hughesby III. Welcome to all new Runway DFW members. Ms. Wolves 13, so well deserved as one of our moderators. Now back as a member. Delta 1441. How appropriate. Plane Spotting 360, another new member thanks to that tremendous gift by Steve Lundaby. And 01 Mike D, another new member. LA Girl has a membership, thanks to Mr. Lundaby. And Caramel Caribou is our newest member, and we'd like to thank Skittles for a $35 super chat. Who says, she says, I really appreciate the amazing content you bring us with every broadcast. I can not only get my airplane fixed, but always seem to learn.
What's that?
Put that up again. Something new from your broadcast. Cool beans. Thanks again and have a great day. Thank you, Skittles. Very, very kind of you to make a contribution to our efforts. And Steve Lundaby says, you are all very welcome. I enjoy doing this for you fine people. Alrighty then, Flight 1440 from Puerto Vallarta is making the scene. Bienvenidos. Still looking out for that Korean Air cargo plane. Air France is coming in over there. Oh, did we miss it? There it is. There's the came in on the east side, and there's just the last kind of trace of it coming in. We should see a little more of it when it comes over here to park at Terminal D. We were lucky, was it last week? I think we saw just about every international flight, which often comes in on the east side, came in on the west side for some reason.
Runway 18 right, clear to land, Scott 3100.
And thanks to Gerard, our great moderator who has gifted a Tri-Jet membership.
Line up and wait, 18 left, 260.
It's like Christmas here today. You know, it looks like Trevor Russell will be the recipient of that kindness. Well, what do we have here? We've got American Flight 175. It's a 787 Dreamliner, a Dash 8 model. This is going to Haneda Airport in Tokyo. Gonna pull out for a second so we can watch Alaska Airlines Flight 414 touchdown from Seattle. It's a 737-9 model. That would be Frontier Flight 2601 going to Santa Ana with Poppy the Prairie Dog emblazoned on the tail. We've got a Dreamliner to look at here. Going to make a Trans-Pacific run.
RNFB Park 18 left, clear for takeoff here, 2406. Full short 18 left, 414.
Cameron Edwards says good morning from Brisbane, down under. Thank you, Cameron. Got a $5 super chat from Magoo Manor. Walt, got my Runway DFW shirt. Great quality, wearing it all over Magoo Manor, so thank you so much. We have merch. Where's our merch? There it is. There's the address to check out our merch at streamlabs.com/runwaydfw/merch. There's that packable jacket, which comes in very handy on cool evenings here. The Runway DFW t-shirt.
Have a good day, American 2406.
The Runway DFW hat collection in 2 different designs and many colors. The hoodie is going to come in handy here in the Northern Hemisphere pretty soon. And of course, a mug, which is universally beloved. So, thank you for checking out the merch. We're going to, let's see, where's that? That was the tail of the Dreamliner. I should give you a little better look at it here. There we go. This is the one destined for Tokyo Haneda Airport. So, passengers settling in now for a long flight. It's a flight that takes a little longer to get there than to come here because of the jet stream. So I'll leisurely take off because it's fully loaded with fuel for that long trans-Pacific journey. And off it goes, and there's that Korean Air cargo plane we told you about. This one, again, going to Guadalajara in Mexico. And speaking of Mexico, there's an Aeromexico Connect plane just touching down from Mexico City. So this should be a flight that takes off from over here on the west side. Fingers crossed.
Go ahead, 277, come on, cross 18 left, 18 right. Cross 18 right onto low, northbound to Echo, coordinate 277.
Aviation Mike says Frontier made an announcement they're going to adopt the Ryanair business model to become more profitable. I didn't see that announcement. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Frontier is already what they call an ultra low-cost carrier, so you can get some pretty decent base fares. But everything else is added on if you want some extra. You want to check your bags, if you want to reserve your seat, things like that. So I don't know how Ryanair is different from that. I've never flown Ryanair. They don't fly over here. They're a European airline. So maybe somebody can enlighten us as to what we might expect as future Frontier passengers here. I mean, you know, I think from what I understand on Frontier, the seat pitch is pretty close together, so it's not like they're going to scrunch the seats closer, I don't think. Maybe they can. Who knows? Boy, look at that. Did you hear that voice?
Go to the line, Whiskey Fox, and 1 left, line of voice, American 349. East side. Here it comes,
So I guess the JetBlue and Spirit merger is still a thing. They're going to court, I believe, is in this next week, or maybe they did this past week, I can't remember, to discuss whether that should be allowed. Here comes the stand-up to cancer livery, American Airlines. It's an Airbus A321 coming in from Los Angeles.
Order departure, go on 13862.
13862.
On the
we're going to vitamin B12. RNAV B Park 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 349.
Flight 48, 18 left, American 584.
John M. says, I thought Ryanair used the Southwest business model, Southwest Airlines here in the U.S., based here in Dallas.
Hold short of Wayne, left it Alpha, American 1994.
John M. says, I wish the airlines would increase their fares and give some room in coach class. Yeah, coach class has been pretty squeezed out in recent years on many airlines. Here's American Flight 384 from San Diego. Airbus A321 arriving.
Dynamic 18 left, clear, Korean 277.
There's the tail end of that big Korean cargo jet. Here's the front end of it. Looks like it's moving into position now.
For departure, American 329, get this report.
Making the turn as it gets ready to begin its next leg to Guadalajara.
Running, clear for takeoff, running 18 left, clear, Korean 277. Runway 1 left, American 87.
Going slightly mad with, I believe, what is an anniversary message, a membership anniversary message. I'll check that out in just a minute as soon as we see this big jet go off. There's that Air France flight we saw just a second or two of, moving into its berth at Terminal D. You kind of see the tail there going by the shot. That's about all we're going to see of that. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to see it take off later, huh? Huh? Lining up for departure is American Flight 9792. It is going to San Salvador, same place we saw that Avianca plane leaving for a bit earlier.
RNAV Lantern, clear for takeoff, runway 18 left, American 9792. Runway 18 left, on board.
So the A321 off to San Salvador. Getting close to the 3 o'clock hour, we should be seeing some big international arrivals coming up. And one of them is going to be Lufthansa Flight 438 from Frankfurt. It's a 7879 Dreamliner. And we're going to circle around here to bring you its arrival.
Switch departure 992.
That was for American 1584.
All right, Guten Tag to our German arrival. 10-hour and 5-minute flight across the Atlantic. I see the triple or the Dreamliner coming in from Cancun on the radar, which somebody had asked about earlier. I can't tell yet if we're going to see it on this side, but I'll be on the lookout for it.
Well, we're still waiting on our numbers. I'm hollering at them for American 1832. Okay, will do. We're okay to sit here.
There's American Flight 2165. It's an Airbus A321. It is going to Seattle.
Sparks American 1871. On that Pilot 18 left, take the takeoff American 2165.
18 left line of void on boy 3601.
Whoa. What do you think for that dispatcher? 2 packs a day? 3 packs a day? Just saying. Well, it looks like the Cancun flight, the 787-8 is aligning itself with the east side of the airport. We will try to get it as much as we can.
RNAV V Park, 1 left, clear for takeoff on board 3864.
We do have American Flight 71 from Frankfurt. It is coming in on this side, the west side of the airport. It's a 7879 Dreamliner. Here's a flight from Las Vegas.
Oh, to departure. Good night, Envoy 3601. Record 2807, setting 90 for 18 right, parking 90. Good land 18 right, American 2807.
New birds.
What, American 32 will be ready. Afternoon, Dallas American 71, heavy windy on
Well, that's like 1584 coming in from Las Vegas, an Airbus A321. So now I'm going to try to find that that 787. Which is arriving from Cancun. As a favor to one of our viewers. But meanwhile, yes, it's another hour of Runway DFW coming to you live from the DFW Founders Plaza Detention Center at DFW Airport. Walt Orko here, and we're going to try to bring you that 787 coming in from Cancun. I see it in the sky. Let's take a look. Well, I think that's the extent to which we can bring you that particular aircraft.
RFB Park, 1 left, clear for takeoff, American 1832.
We've got that Dreamliner coming in from Frankfurt right now.
Left, Envoy 3957. East, American 2807. Echo out, short of 18 left, American 2807. 5 John, what take 61? American 2845, ready for neighbor.
A 9-hour and 53-minute flight from Germany.
American 1341, right? West side.
Not sure what has happened to my mouse. My mouse.
Departure, have a good evening. RFB Park, runway 1 left, clear for takeoff, Envoy 3957. Left await, Envoy 3365.
Well, I seem to have no control over my computer right now. I hope you're hearing me. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I've got control. Leonardo Muniz says, thanks, Mr. Walt. Great job. I think Leonardo was who asked us to track that Dreamliner from Cancun, so we're glad we could make that happen. Steve Lundaby, channel member and giver of memberships, says looks like the British Airways will be at DFW in about 2 hours, which is about when it normally gets here, around 5 o'clock. Davis, the Defender, says, hey, Walt, be prepared for a Qantas Dreamliner coming in 8 minutes. So we will be on the lookout for that. Skittles, a channel member and friend of the channel, says, do you know what is so amazing to me about DFW? It doesn't look all that busy, but it really is. It's my understanding that DFW has 3 air traffic control towers, and you see one of them there. It's the East Tower, which I've been privileged to spend a few hours in. And there are actually 2 operational towers here. The other one is the West Tower, which will punch up on our screen here. And I've also had a chance to be up there, thanks to an invitation I got. There is a 3rd tower in the middle, the original tower, which is there kind of smack dab in the middle of the airport. And the airport became so busy, and it's so spread out. This is a very spread out airport, that it was determined you really couldn't see everything that you needed to see as a controller from that position. So they came up with these other 2 towers. But that tower, while it's not operational, can be put into operation at any moment. It's got all the bells and whistles, the radars, the radios, everything that is needed to control the airport from there. And the airport is so big that sometimes there's different weather on the east and west sides. And, you know, one tower may be socked in by fog and the other may have some visibility. So here's an Airbus A220-100 model. It's going to Minneapolis on Delta Flight 1654. Minneapolis, St. Paul is the destination. And you can see as the planes move about, there are some clouds in the sky, which are casting shadows in places. So here we are at Founders Plaza. Gerard is favoring us with a $6 super chat. I think they misunderstood you, as I was saying I like to have more fans. I don't think I'm following along there, Gerard, but thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that. Gerard, one of our team of great members of the Runway DFW Moderation Federation. Qantas Flight 7 from Sydney is on final approach now. We'll see one plane coming in before it, and then we will see that flight. One of the longest, I think that's the second longest flight that we see here at DFW. And did I say it was a 7879? That plane has been in the air for 14 hours and 10 minutes. It's the, last time I checked, it's the second longest flight that we see here at DFW after the Qantas flight from Melbourne. Colin Latimer is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Colin. Now see the plane in the foreground coming in from Denver. And here comes the Spirit of Australia. From a distance.
RNFB Park, cleared for takeoff, 18 left, American 1804. So welcome to DFW, all you Aussies. I don't think I said that right. American 1804, good day.
Joseph Swartz says beautiful wing flex on the Dreamliners. Yeah, that is a feature of those big planes. Kenneth White says 14 hours, 14 plus hours, or 14 hours plus wow. There it is, going over to terminal number D. I guess letter D would be more appropriate. I'd like to thank Dan Griffiths, who is the newest member of the Runway DFW channel. Thank you, Dan. I'll put our members back in crawling. Now, the new members today will not be on this list you are seeing scrolling beneath your screen here. And the reason for that is because I have to prepare it in advance. So this is as of last night, I believe.
3805, visual 18 right.
Runway DFW sponsor James Webb, thank you so much for your gigantic support to this channel. And to all of our members, and to all of our moderators as well. Steve Madison says, hi Walt, Runway DFW mods and everyone. Good to be tuned in this evening from northern Scotland. Happy to have you here. So let's see, it looks like we've got a couple of aircrafts headed out to the west coast. Flight 1345 to Los Angeles and Flight 2659 to Santa Ana, both American Airlines planes.
Sarah, American 665, vision 1 right. One A right, clear to land, hold for the Bravo, American 665.
Sarah, the real deal. A channel member with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Sarah. I have been having fun watching today. I took the day off from my exercise class. Was glad to see you streaming. Today looks like the same beautiful day about exactly a month ago I visited you. Yes, I'm trying to remember what the temperature was. I bet it's probably a little cooler today. And of course, the wind's coming from the other direction. But it was sunny, as I recall. That's a flight touching down from Santa Ana as that flight we told you about earlier heads off to Los Angeles. I thought we had another Santa Ana plane getting ready to take off. Indeed we do.
1345.
It has just escaped our fixed camera there, but we'll pick it up here. On camera A. There it is on the left side of your screen. That's flight 2659 headed out to Santa Ana. There's our automated acknowledgement of the great super chat from Sarah Deal. Sarah had to find, we were not at Founders Plaza that day that Sarah came to visit. She took an Uber or one of those, an Uber-esque vehicle, found us parked alongside runway 36 right. There goes flight 3805 from Zacatecas, Mexico, an American Eagle E-Jet. And off we go to Santa Ana, California. As the wind picks up in velocity here. A reminder that we will be on the air tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. So depending on where you are on the planet, it'll be kind of offset by an hour if you aren't switching over to a new clock time overnight. American Flight 665 from, where is that from? Montrose, Colorado. Lining up to take off and soar into the skies is American Flight 1559. It's going to Chicago O'Hare Airport. It is a 737-800.
Echo Alpha, sort of 18 left here, 265.
We have another 777 coming in. It's coming in on the east side of the airport from Tulsa. It's American Flight 9784. Tulsa is in Oklahoma, the state just to the north of Dallas, or just to the north of Texas. I believe American has a maintenance base in Tulsa, which may be why such a large aircraft is coming from a relatively small airport. Also has a pretty high flight number, so it may be a repositioning flight. Let's see, I see on the radar now Flight 19 from Helsinki, which is of course the Finnair flight. I see a lot of people lining up to take a look at that.
18 left, Delta 2514. Good day, American 1559.
See if we can catch some of this 777 from Tulsa. Again, it's arriving on the east side of DFW Airport. But we won't miss the Finnair flight. It's an Airbus A350-900.
Delta 2514, RNAV to B Park, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
To departure, 43965.
The colorful Viva Aero bus is checking in from Monterey, I believe. As that Delta flight departs to Detroit, it's an Airbus A320. All right, we've got Finnair in our sights. Always a welcome sight.
Delta 2514, see ya. Continue Whiskey Lima, cross runway 18 left in contact ground at the 6. Tower American 2198 on ILS 20 right.
clear land, Hotel Bravo, American 2198.
You saw on the side there, we've got the Bringing Us Together Since 1923 sticker.
left, clear for takeoff, alert, RNAV to learn, envoy 3829.
Finnair celebrating 100 years of air travel. Ending a 9-hour and 38-minute flight. Pretty new plane, 3 years old. Skittles says, I sincerely like the font used on Finnair's livery. Can't see it very well there. We got a pretty good look at it as it was coming in. Chuck says, best font in the business. All right. Chuck Topo Chico Tolsma. There for you. Allison Tidy says, good evening. AA0619 channel member says, will you be streaming tomorrow? And the answer is yes, we'll be streaming starting at 7 a.m. Central Time, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. So don't forget to set your clocks. What we got here? It's American Flight 2198 from Austin, Texas. A 737-800. And we've got a Frontier flight taking off. It's going to Phoenix. Didn't really get a look at its tail this time, unfortunately. But just for the record, it has Luna and Lily the Wolves on it.
Well, I was there for the weekend for most of the vacation with my nephew and my father in the last weekend of September.
I'll touch speed on 3875. Thanks, bye-bye. Echo Alpha, hold short of 18 left, American 2198.
That's how life continues.
Oh, that aircraft off to find its parking spot.
Tower Sky 53, individual 16. Tower 3238.
John M., channel member, says Finnair's font is positioned so that the windows don't change the character like Allegiant and United do. So, little interesting tidbit. Joe Crammon says the clocks went back last Sunday here in the UK. So that's, boy, if you were in charge of doing international timetable scheduling, that would just drive you crazy, wouldn't it? With some places staying the same time year-round, others making seasonal changes on different weeks. Davis, the Defender, says American Flight 49 from Heathrow will be arriving in about 20 minutes. And Gerard lets us know that a balanced diet simply means having cupcakes in each hand. Thank you for those words of wisdom from across the pond, Gerard. Gerard's got a bunch of those. Let me look at the radar screen here. I'm trying to put it in the shadows so that I can see what's going on. We have 777 coming in from Los Angeles, American Flight 2811. That will be making the scene here in about 4 or 5 minutes. Meanwhile, if you look closely in the background, you'll be able to see American Eagle Flight 3238 arriving from Lubbock. There it is. Yes, I'm sitting down in my little easy chair here for a second or two. Another kind of a little bit of a lull here, but we'll have some more action. And again, the capper will be the arrival of British Airways Speedbird A380 King of the Skies right around 5 o'clock Central Time, so about 90 minutes from now. Happy to be with you here on this Saturday afternoon. At least Saturday afternoon here in Texas.
1820 inside leg right. Clear to land, 1 right, American 1820.
American Flight 2927 from Tucson, Arizona. 737-800 is just on final approach now, so let us point our camera, one of our cameras, in that direction. Will it come into focus? There it is.
Clear for takeoff 18 left, Arnett at B Park, Skywest 237 Alpha.
18 left, line up and wait, American 1885.
Estuve el año pasado en concurso aquí, luego me tocó la Copa Mundial. Yo iba a hacer deporte en la cárcel de New Jersey. Y ya me estaba conociendo ahora he querido,
There is American Flight 1885. It's
clear takeoff 18 left.
destined for Phoenix, Arizona, an Airbus A321. Doesn't look like that Finnair flight has found its gate yet. You know, Skittles was saying earlier that she learned something new on every broadcast, and I have to say that the same is true for me. I find I am always learning something new from our viewers. I'm trying to figure out what's happening with that Finnair flight. It seems to be parked over in the kind of overflow parking area, which will, in a year or two, a couple of years now, be Terminal F, which will be constructed over there. Oh, there was some interesting news this past week that Southwest Airlines, which is based in Dallas but does not fly to DFW Airport, it operates exclusively from Dallas Love Field. Southwest Airlines has made inquiries as to gates at DFW Airport once Terminal F is completed, or maybe before it's completed. That would be a really big deal. I remember once a Southwest Airlines plane had to land here at DFW. And this, by the way, is the Los Angeles arrival. It's a 777. This was many years ago, but I was working at a TV station in Dallas, and there was the story was that Southwest Airlines landed a plane at DFW Airport because of some operational issues at Love Field, I guess. It was a very rare sighting. But maybe we will get to see Southwest Airlines here before too very long. Southwest is not able to fly internationally from Love Field due to restrictions at that from that airport. So, and Southwest, which flies exclusively 737 aircraft, does have a number of MAX models that it currently operates or are on order. So it could do some international flying. There's Spirit Airlines Flight 628. It is going to Los Angeles.
1A right, clear to land. Copy the wake. American 1729.
It's an Airbus A321. Say what you will about the Spirit livery, but it does stand out amongst all the kind of gray, red and white painted planes of American and American Eagle here. Especially on a gray day. These Spirit planes just pop right out.
DFW Tower for 1857. We're outside of heading for flight right. Oh, yeah, like clear land for it.
Here we are at our outpost. Well, we're getting a little shade here. Not very much, though. I should have parked our camera a little further down the fence line here. We would have been getting more shade. I'll make a mental note of that for our next afternoon visit with you. This is American Flight 1729 arriving from Fresno, California. So let's see, we've been able to check off A350 and all sorts of A320, A319. We're waiting on the A380 to come in later this afternoon. About an hour and 20 minutes from now. Seen 777s and 787s and 737s. Haven't seen a 747 yet. I think that is on the agenda for this afternoon. 429, well, I'm not sure. $3:45. That's just a few minutes from now. Oh no, it's been delayed. It's been delayed till almost 5 o'clock. It's a Cargo Lux 747 cargo plane, 747-400 from Mexico City. So it will be here right around the time that the A380 will get here. So we'll have some pretty heavy action going for you right around 5 o'clock. So stick around for that if you can on Runway DFW. So what's happened to that Finnair? Is it unloading its passengers by a drive-up stairway, or is it just waiting for a space? Do not know. The plane we just saw, by the way, was Flight 1857 Spirit Airlines from Tampa, Florida, an Airbus A319. Now we have for you another international arrival coming up in just a couple minutes. American Flight 49 from Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. And that'll be a 787-9 Dreamliner. From Reno, Nevada cometh this American Airlines aircraft. Skittle says, I could look it up, but how far away is Dallas Love Field from DFW? Is it miles or just across the way? It's several miles, maybe, I don't know, 10 miles? In that general direction, actually, that we're looking at from that camera.
And it's runway 18 left.
And Skittles asks, in terms of flight ops, is Love Field considered a regional airport versus DFW, which is almost like a large, well, this is a large airport, DFW is. That's for sure. DFW, or Love Field, is limited by a number of things. It's an in-city airport. It's, you know, it's close to downtown Dallas, very convenient for people flying in and out. But it can't grow because it doesn't have any room to grow. It's surrounded by neighborhoods, and there are other restrictions on times that planes can fly for noise purposes. So, and it has a limited number of gates, which kind of holds down its operational abilities. This is that flight from Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. A 9-hour and 36-minute flight from France. The American Flight 2388 is rolling down 18 left, bound for San Francisco. It's an Airbus A321. We join its takeoff, already in progress.
Affirmative, going to Delta 18. Whiskey Lima hold for 18 left, American 49. Stay again for 49. Cross 18 left, Whiskey Lima 0.85 ground here.
I'm so curious about this Finnair flight. Davis, the Defender, says American Flight 249 from Rome will be arriving soon. But before that, it looks like we're going to be seeing the big A350-1000 Qatar Flight 729 arriving from Doha. Shall be here in about 2-3 minutes. It's a 5-year-old aircraft. It has been traveling for 15 hours and 10 minutes. That's got to be a long flight. Well, I mean, it's demonstrably a long flight. Randy, with the question, how much longer is Walt staying? Well, Walt, that's me, I'll be here for at least another hour, maybe a little more. We're going to try to catch the arrival of the A380. And we should be seeing also a Cargo Lux 747 coming in from Mexico City. So I hope that answers that question.
Plaza, good afternoon, Qatari 1 Kilo Heavy 105.
And I think you heard the transmission there from the Qatar flight. It's Flight 729. Let's see. I don't think it's. I think we can see it yet, but we're going to try to look for it. Swing our primary camera around. There in the foreground, you see our friend Angela Smith, channel member, friend of the channel. Got her big camera there. Chatting with someone who's got an Airline Videos Live DFW shirt on. We'll zoom past those two. And we will bring you a long, long shot of the A350-1000. That is a big plane, as we've discussed on previous programs. And again, this was something I learned from our viewers, that this plane is actually longer by a couple of feet, longer than the A380. And when you see it in person, when you see it go by, you can tell that's a long aircraft.
Golf 8, cross 18 left over the ground with 38 droid.
Josh, what's that one up there? Looks like an A380.
Yeah, we've got photographers looking up into the sky here.
Looks like Emirates. Is that Emirates?
I hate to pull away from this to show you that, but let's see. It's being said it's in, looks like an A380, could be Emirates.
Plaza, American 2081, visual 18 right.
It's definitely a 4-engined aircraft.
Runway 18 right, clear to land, American 2081.
You see what's on the bottom there? I can't see that on my screen. Well, from the A380 to the A350, it's the One World livery. So it's something to see. Ralph Woodard, we thank you for a $2 super chat. Thank you, Ralph. Mucho apreciado.
I like the 787. Well, they have to be small because you ride it.
So what we were looking at up there in the sky was Emirates Flight 211 going to Houston. Can we still see it? I think we can.
DFW Tower, American 313.
Well,
Visual 18 right, sorry.
it's up there somewhere.
18 right, clear to land, American 313.
Not like a 787.
Oh well.
The 78 to me, I like it.
But anyway, that's what that was.
My right, wire left to American 399.
What you see there, I believe, is American Flight 399 going to Anchorage, Alaska on an Airbus A321 Neo.
RNAV B Park, clear for takeoff, 1811, American 399.
So Alaska, that's a pretty long flight for a narrow body plane. As I recall, it's in excess of 5 hours between here and Alaska. Anchorage, to be specific. Alaska's a big place. So let's see, where's the... There goes that big A350.
Tower Park 399, good afternoon.
And it's about to go by the other Qatar flight that checks in here at DFW. I believe that's a 777. Now, has this plane got a gate to go to, or has it got to cool its jets over there as well? Looks as though it is proceeding to a gate. There you have Frontier Flight 9505, an Airbus A320neo with Joey the opossum on its tail.
Tower American 2211, 6 mile final, 18 right, parking west end. Good land, 18 right, American 2211.
Coming to you live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport Founders Plaza Detention Center. It's Runway DFW in color. It's Saturday, November 4th, 2023. We're joining you for another hour of aviation broadcasting from one of the world's biggest airports, DFW International Airport in Texas. We're trapped by this fence, but that doesn't keep us from bringing you more aircraft. And coming up in about an hour, the big A380. Thanks for being with us today. El Grox 916 says there's a Boeing E-6B Mercury in the sky near you. Well, that's that'd be nice to see. Let me consult my map here. I don't know, that may be one of those planes that doesn't show up on flight radar. What does show up on flight radar, however, is American Flight 239 from Rome. It's a Dreamliner -8, and it will be here in about a couple minutes. It was newly delivered in January of this year, this plane that we're about to see. Randy Bucksbaum says, I flew through DFW on Wednesday, and the taxiing to the D gates took forever. I did have an hour layover, hit the Einstein Bagels. They are awesome. Yeah, they're going to be opening a location within driving distance of me. I'm a big bagel fan. Now, Einstein Bagels, not the greatest bagels in the world, but they're freshly made. They're good. To me, the greatest bagels in the world were Eli's Hot Bagels in Matawan, New Jersey, where I grew up. They were just delicious. You could eat them plain. You didn't need butter. You didn't need... I mean, you just could get the plain bagels with no cream cheese and no butter and not even toasted, and they'd just be wonderful. They had a wonderful taste. I miss Eli's Hot Bagels when I would... And this was back in, back when I was in high school. That's many years ago. But I did look them up recently, and they're still in business. So they must be doing something right over there at Eli's Hot Bagels in Matawan. A shout out to anybody in hailing distance there. Check them out if you want some good hot bagels.
RP8 18 left, and what's the rest of the American mention? Fox Alpha American.
The Dreamliner coming in from Roma is in sight. American Flight 239. Just shy of 11 hours from that historic city. I'd love to visit Italy. It'd be a cool place to see all the history. And once again, this is a pretty much brand new plane. It'll be 1 year old in January. Just a couple minutes out now is American Flight 79 arriving from London Heathrow. That will be a 777, so stand by for that. Before that, we will see United Flight 578 arriving from the mile-high city of Denver. And there you see Alaska Airlines Flight 303. It is off to Portland, Oregon. It's a 737-9 model. Making the big turn on runway 18 left. Kay Christensen with a $10 super chat. Oh, Walt, play the song. You know the one. Are you trying to get me into trouble, Kay Christensen? You know I have been the commissioner of Runway DFW has expressly prohibited me from playing that song. But you have a point. You should, our viewers should know what the song is that we are prohibited from presenting to you. So just for reference, only for reference, this is the song. Cover your ears. Here comes Flight 578 from Denver. See, this song kind of puts you to sleep. It's very chill. That was a turn of the century 737-800, dating back to October of 2000, so it's just celebrated a birthday. Oh, did I leave this song? Oh my goodness, I forgot that song was on. Whew. I think I caught it just in time. All right, time for a triple. This is the aircraft from London Heathrow, Flight 79, American Airlines.
Clear for takeoff, 18 left, RNAV.
This is a 22-year-old aircraft, completing a 9-hour and 25-minute journey from jolly old England. Don't forget, within the hour, we should be seeing the British Airways A380 Speedbird.
U2, American 1060.
Steve Lundaby, who's been very generous today, says, well, folks, I got to go, but I'll be back with you fine folks tomorrow. Walt, you like to live dangerously. You might be in the barn tonight. I hope not. I hope not. John M. says, welcome Brits to the USA. Cheerio. A few trains that says, oh, is that my broadband or are we getting buffering? Let me see here. Looks okay on this end. Randy Bucksbaum says, making a pit stop. Gas is $4.49 here in California and getting a Starbucks. Need caffeine. Need caffeine. John M. Checks in with a note that Matawan, New Jersey, famous for the 1916 shark attack that inspired Jaws. I read about that. The shark actually came up to I believe, if I remember right, shark came up a freshwater stream to a lake and made an attack. Very unusual. We have an Airbus A319 here, American Flight 1825 from Jackson, Mississippi. am seeing what looks like a little stuttering, but I think it may be my, could be my capture card. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change that out. To do that, I'm going to have to go to camera 3 here. And we are acknowledging, before I do that, we're going to acknowledge a £2 super sticker from Andrea Molson. Thank you, Andrea. Let me go off mic here for a second. I'll put some music on while I get a backup capture card. Stand by. Hello everyone. It looks like we've been able to resume our existing broadcast. I don't know if it looks any better though. You're watching Runway DFW, live and in color.
Weight 18 left, American 2348.
From the from the DFW Airport Founders Plaza Detention Center. I guess we'll continue here and we'll see what happens. I thought we were going to have a new stream, but this is not looking good though. Yeah, this is, we are at a very low frame rate for whatever reason.
Report 1645, have a good day.
RNAV Laren, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 2348.
Well, hello everyone. We're still, I'm still coming to you here from DFW Founders Plaza. It's Walt. If you should be able to hear me, but I don't think our audio, I don't think our pictures are running at the right rate here. Let me try this.
Tower 92, we just want to make sure we are clear to land 18 right. Clear to land 18 right, Valenti.
I'm going to turn off all of our cameras except one to see if that helps. I don't know if it will, but I'm going to see if that happens, if that works. So bear with us. Okay, so we're down to one camera here. I'm not sure if that will help or not, but let's see what happens. Is this